Alright. Hi, everyone. Happy Thanksgiving. If you're watching this, it's Thanksgiving, and that means you're all huddled around a big turkey, eating it, be it tofu or otherwise. Yeah. And that means it's time for Animal Man. Yeah. Full disclosure here, I am part of PETA, so I am kind of biased that way. I'm leaning in that direction. Just FYI. And this is part 1 of my review. Hopefully, we get to see part 2 before the year is over. So, the intro with Grant Morrison was awesome. Yeah, the intro was awesome. I disagree, though. You can fight some of the bigger issues using comic books. I'm just saying. I think more companies, Primal Paper, need characters like Animal Man and Brother Power and hell, even a Plastic Man or two. This takes place in a fascinating time. Right about the time of Death of Superman, somewhere around there, where the Justice League were actually like spokespeople. That, and I love Ozymandias, so yeah, there's that. They're kind of like, you open this book and you see them on the Justice League on the cover of the Rolling Stone. And it talks about how Animal Man hasn't had a proper career in years. That he's part of, and he hasn't really had a superhero job in years either. He was part of the Forgotten Heroes, which was mentioned in my Resurrection Man review. Cheap plug. Which, by the way, were to originally highlight storylines Decomposed forgot about. The part 2 needs to be redone because I was having personal issues that night. But yeah. Otherwise than that, yeah. I mean, like I said, this is just part 1, book 1, so you don't get to meet Grant Morrison quite yet. You do, however, get to meet Crafty Coyote, which is a Wile E. Coyote analog. And he takes place in the world of like Captain Carrot and the Zoo Crew. I wouldn't be surprised if they were mucking about. And I've never read part 1 or part 2. This is the first Animal Man I was ever exposed to was The Last Days of Animal Man, and that was good. In that, his daughter has grown up, and she has her own life, and she doesn't particularly care for Animal Man. But in this, they're a loving family. It's kind of like going back, rewatching old photos of a friend, you know. you're like, I remember when. I remember. Yeah, I remember when. I remember when Buddy tried to save the kittens. But Buddy hasn't gotten sucked into the kittens yet. As far as I know, he doesn't even know about the kittens. I remember when the guy went smoosh on the pavement. I remember when the guy went smoosh on the pavement. That hasn't. That hasn't. Um. That hasn't. Didn't really have any effect on the last days of Animal Man, but in this, yeah. Um. Yeah, you do get to see a guy go smoosh on the pavement. That's not the very beginning either. The very beginning, you kind of set up Animal Man. You set up Grant Morrison, and you set up the general thought of who Buddy Baker is. He hasn't even decide to go vegan yet, but he does outright. And this is before his animal powers go haywire. Yeah, before all that. But they do. It does happen. Like I said, this was my first time reading it. I was going to show you the guy go smush on the pavement, but I don't know. This is a family show. I want you to think, not to look away from the screen. It's not that's not my goal. I'm not going to show you what they do to the monkey that they claim they're getting a AIDS cure for, but it's really anthrax. Yeah. I'm not going to show you what they do to him because, again, this is a family show. So, yeah. Animal Man. Awesome book. Pick it up. Support the character. Don't let him die. Because you don't think DC will go back on their word and say that Animal Man decided to go out on one more mission. They will. They will. Absolutely. If you just let Forgotten Heroes be Forgotten Heroes, then they. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I grew to appreciate. I have the appreciation of Animal Man, like Martian Manhunter, toward the end of this volume. That I appreciate the stance he took on animals and whatnot. Yeah, you have to appreciate when a book has a message. I liked how it ended with his kid was getting picked on, so John changes into a big scary monster and kicks the bullies to the curb. They get scared and run away. He doesn't really do anything, but it showed that they look out for their own. So yeah, it was a good message. It was a good way to end part 1. Yeah, those are a few highlights from Animal Man. part 1. Stay tuned for part 2, hopefully by Christmas. Oh yeah, and I loved when they switched the monkey's consciousness with the experimenters. And I wish they could do that in real life, but they can't, unfortunately. I mean, show them how much pain they've caused those animals. Yeah, they can't. If they could, then I'd be on board. I'd be like, you switch consciousness now. Yeah. You get to see other forgotten heroes like B'wana Beast. B'wana Beast knew the monkey. Yeah. The monkey was his friend. And he had to watch it die. Yeah, it wasn't particularly for kids. If you're gonna read them a book, read them The Last Days of Animal Man first. Don't read them the New 52 stuff. The New 52 stuff got kind of spooky toward the end. So, I liked it, but it got spooky. Going into the red, the green. My mom even asked me when she saw the smush on the pavement, is that the red? I was like, no. But yeah, this was spooky in a different way. It was very different. For now, happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy your turkey. Remember where it comes from. Tofu or otherwise. This is Bob, part 1. Again, I'll hopefully have part 2 up by Christmas. That's the world and the way I see it. Bob out. For now. Yeah,